Hi. So in part 4, we're going to talk a little bit about more multiplying two binomials. Remember, two terms. So a binomial means two. Bilateral binomial. Okay? So bicycle. So to multiply a binomial, well, let's review a little bit about multiplying exponents. So, we have binomials. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So these are examples of binomials of two terms. So before we get to this FOIL business, I want us to go back to here and look at these two examples. Now, when we multiplied binomials, I told you that we had maybe something like this out in the front. And then we distributed those into there, right? So we can do that, and that would go 6x, 3 times 7 is 21. Well, that would be your answer for when we multiply a 3. Well, that's the same thing when we have this binomial. Well, what if we did the same thing, but this time multiplied by minus 3? It'd be the same thing. So distribute, distribute. And now, do the same thing. This would be negative 9x. Negative times a negative is positive. Okay. Well, however, what if you had something a little bit more extravagant? What about two binomials? So, what if we took these, but this time, let's put two binomials and multiply them. So what about something like this? 2x plus 7 times 3x plus 4. This is another example. But that distributive property that we just did doesn't work here because we now have to worry about two binomials. So in order to do this, we need to have some kind of method. And that method is what we call the FOIL method. F-O-I-L. And FOIL is a method to multiply two binomials. So this is a method to multiply two binomials only. Okay? This method is only used to multiply two binomials only. Now, the first term for f is what we call the first term. We will explain that in a minute. The O is called the outer term. The I is the inner term, and L is the last term. What I want to do is take this acronym of FOIL, first, outer, inner, last, and apply it to this two binomials. So let's go through the FOIL with this example here. And make sure you follow me because once you get the hang of this is so much easy. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the first term. Well, what's the first term? Well, we're going to look at this term. And we're going to multiply. So we're going to do this. Okay? We're going to take those. and we're going to multiply them. How are you going to multiply them? Let's do it long ways. So this is going to be 2x times 3x. Okay? Now, let's take the outer term. Well, what's the outer term? No. Since we're all adding, great. Add, and you're going to do 7 times 4. Can I just put 28? Okay. Can I just put 28? Okay. The inner terms. I'm going to go the inner terms. Different color. Try and leave some different colors for you. The inner terms. Well, that's going to be plus 7 times 3x, which is 21x, correct? Can I just put 21x? Will that be okay if I multiply them? Well, what about the last term? The last term. Actually, I think I did this. I need to fix one thing. I need to fix this one right here, this blue one. Because I mistakenly did this. When I say outer terms, when I say outer terms, it's actually that. My fault. So let me change this real quick. This should be 2 times 8, or sorry, 2 times 4 is 8. So plus 8x. Sorry. Now, the last term, which is the purple one. So I'm going to go 7 times 4, which is plus 28. So now, just combine. And you should have 2 times 3 is 6x squared. Can I combine 8x and 21x? Yes, so that's going to be plus 29x. And then 28. Just want to make sure I got my multiplication correct. That's your answer when you combine them. So this FOIL method works for multiplying two binomials. So I want to go through a lot more of these. And this time I would do this right. The first time. So let's try this one. So what? Can I just put example 1? So try this one. X plus 3 multiplied by x plus 5. 2. Let's put 4x minus 3 times 5x plus 8. So there's two binomials. We have to use the FOIL term in order to do this. Now, after I do these two, I want to come back to this because some students, they might get this easy, but there is actually one method that I can teach you as an alternative for this. So let's do that after we do these two. So looking back during FOIL, I have this and this, two binomials. So I got two binomials. What I want to do is follow the acronym. So first term. So the first term goes here. So x times x is x squared. Awesome. Okay. Outer term. So I want to go outer term. And that's going to be 5 times x. Okay. Inner term. So that's going to be 3x. Last term. That's going to be 15. Now, combine. So you should have x squared, 5 and 3, make 8x plus 15. And there you go. So what I'm trying to show you is a binomial turns into a trinomial. Does this happen all the time? No. Because sometimes things will cancel out. Things sometimes will cancel out to give you another binomial. But more likely you're trying to get a trinomial from two binomials. So let's do number 2 here. So first term. Okay. Multiply, you're multiplying. So this is 20x squared. Outer term. So that's going to be 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 28. X. Now I'm going to do the inner term. So minus 3 times 5 minus 15x. Last term, negative times a positive. 3 times 8 is 24. Let's make sure I got my math correctly. Making sure I got my math correctly. Just making sure. That should be 32. That should be 32. Sorry. Now we just combine. So we have 20x squared. We got this going to be plus because we're adding. That's going to be not 15, that's 13. X. Make sure I got my math correctly. And minus 24. Remember, nothing can combine here. Nothing can combine because you have x squared and x to the first. You can't combine these because they're different exponents. Are you starting to get the hang of it? I'm hoping you are. Let's do this one and do an alternate way because some students like that. So I want to take this away. So, alternate form. Alternate way, alternate form, alternate way. So, we're going to do the FOIL, but we're going to do it in like a box way. So, we're going to do something like that. Okay? And we're going to make four squares. So, we're going to go boom, boom, and we're going to go here and here, I do believe. I don't usually do this. I usually do the longer way like we showed you. This is just another way visually for other kids that can see this. So let's take, let's make sure we do this correctly. So let's do 3x plus 4 times 3x plus 4. Well, it's the same thing. Great. Perfect. Awesome. Multiply it. So I'm going to do it the alternate way, and then I will do it our way. Just make sure we get the same thing, so you're not saying, oh, well, one's better than the other one. No. It's just how you prefer. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is take this guy here. And what I'm going to do is go like this. Okay. And then I'm going to take this here and go like that. You see what I did? I took this, I put them there. I took this, I put them there. Does it matter if I mix these up? No. It doesn't matter if you put this one over here or this one over there. As long as you don't mix these two things up. Okay? So it doesn't matter. Just don't mix these up. Now, simply multiply. So, 3 times 3, 9. X squared. 3 times 4, 12x. 4 times 3, 12x. 4 times 4, 16. You see what I'm doing? 3 times 3, 4 times 3. 3 times this, 4 times that. And now, just put it together. So 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. And there you go. Now let's try it the way that we've just learned. So, hope you can kind of do this faster now. So first term, outer term, inner term, last term. So it doesn't matter what one you use as long as you understand what you're trying to accomplish by multiplying. Okay, I want to do some more. I don't care what method we use. I might mix this up a little bit so you see both ways, but you can pick what either way you want. Okay. So let's keep going. I don't know. This was number 3. Number 4. Okay. I don't care how way you're going to use it. I'm just going to use one way. So let's do it one way. Okay, see what I did? See what I did? Okay. These two are going to go away because they're opposites. So you should have that. Okay. So remember I was telling you that sometimes two binomials won't make a trinomial? Well, there's an example right there. So let's look at 4. AB, inside, outer side, okay. Making sure you check my math, checking your math. Hope you're following FOIL. You should pretty much know this now. First, outer, inner, last. Okay, combine. A squared is 10. Okay, now you have these. You can combine these. I know that's going to be a plus. 5, 6, 7. Let's see. 9, 10. That 7. 7AB. Just making sure my math good. Minus 12B squared. Can't combine those because of the squares, A's and B's and A and B. Can't combine them, so be very careful. Do make up some math. Don't make up math. You can make up math as long as you prove it. When I say prove it, does it work all the time? Be careful. All right. Let's do some more. Okay. Is this 5? Doesn't really matter now. And then let's do 6 here. And I don't care what method you prefer. They're both pretty straightforward. So I usually do it my longer way. So I think it just takes more time to do the boxes, but for visual people, do it that way. Okay, so here, 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 here. Okay. Okay. Should not take you that long as you get better and better. The more sophisticated it gets, the longer it might, because maybe your multiplication tables are not very good. But that depends. But I've always set them up in a nicer fashion. Next time I won't do that, just to help you out. Okay, so this one. Uh, 12 times 4, 64, 72. I think that math is correct. Just make sure. So that's 2x squared plus 22x plus 72. Okay. So let's make it harder. Okay. This time things are just switched around. Does it matter? No. As long as you remember how to FOIL a binomial, 2 binomials, you should be fine. Same thing applies. So 3 times 3. Oh, wait. 3 times negative 3. Okay. 3 times that, negative 12x. 3 times that, 9x. 3 times that is negative 12x squared. Just make sure my math is correct. So we have -9, -12, that'd be negative 12 and 9. Let's see, that's going to be 21. Making sure my math is correct. 12x squared. Okay, here's one thing I want you to kind of think about when you do these. And this will help you later on. And this is an important hint, or let's say fact / note. Let's make this a note for more times. You need to put these into descending order. So need to put your final answer into descending order. If you don't know what descending order is, what's next for descending from 10? That's descending. It goes down. Descending down. So, look at right here. You see how this and this one? You see how they're not descending order? So put them in descending order. So this should go -12x squared minus 21x minus 9. That is your answer. And the reason we want to understand how to do that now is because later in more advanced classes, this will be understood. And when we get to our next topic in factoring, when we start doing the backwards way of taking one of these and breaking it down into this, our next thing is what we're going to do. We're going to take something like this and we're going to go backwards, and that's called factoring. Well, we need to really pay attention that this is in descending order. So very critical. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it as there. So the thing you need to try about these, this will get hard. This is getting harder because there's more steps or more methods to add to it. Be very careful. Take your time. Make sure that you are laser focused. You're not having so many things in your way that's making your mind not think about this, because once you get the hang of this, it will click, and it will click fast. And when I first started doing these, I don't know, it was tough for me because I didn't see it. But as you work through hundreds of these, yes, hundreds of these, you get to see the pattern, and it begins to make sense. The synchronicity, the coherent pattern begins to flow, and you will become in sync with this. So keep practicing, and I will see you. I think we're done with this topic. And so I will see you on the next topic. Have a good one.